Hi and welcome to this sound comparison. Today I want to highlight the Audio Pro T5 or C5, depends on which one you get. The T5 is the Bluetooth version and the C5, which I've got here, because the store didn't have the T5 anymore, is the $50 more expensive Wi-Fi version, which has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, although it is really only about the sound in this case. So the cheaper one, which is the T5, goes for $199, maybe even $190 if you get lucky. And the more expensive one, the C5, goes for about, I think, $250. And on the right, we of course have the famous Harman Kardon Go+Play 2016. This one, yeah, you can already find it between, I don't know, $200 and $300. If you get lucky, you can find it for $200. And yeah, you usually find it for about $250. So both of them should be quite comparable. As you can see, the Audio Pro is quite a bit smaller and the Harman Kardon is a very big speaker in a comparison. But of course, the Harman Kardon also has a battery built in, which the Audio Pro does not feature. So this might be a, I don't know, a killer feature of the Harman Kardon for you, because of course many people are looking for a portable speaker. But before you leave the video and click it away, watch another one or something, I have found a solution for the Audio Pro in order to make it portable. There's a really big power bank which goes for about, I don't know, $70 to $150, depends on which capacity you take, which also has an AC output in it. So you can basically connect any other device, like, I don't know, soft boxes, lights, computers, I don't know, vacuum cleaners, and also small speakers, for example the Audio Pro. So if you buy those, the Audio Pro will go for about, I don't know, $270, which actually is quite comparable to the Harman Kardon. And then we only have to take a look at the sound and see which one is better, as price-wise they should be quite matched when you factor in the power bank with the Audio Pro. And now we only need to see how they sound and if the Audio Pro is really worth $20 more. I can already spoiler, the Audio Pro is the way more hi-fi sounding one here, and in my opinion also the much more impressive sounding speaker, as it's so small and sounds so hi-fi and still packs a punch even at higher levels. But I won't tell you too much. Please put up your headphones, as this is a binaural microphone recording and they require headphones to be listened to, and enjoy the sound comparison.
Driving 40,000 miles, there's nowhere else I wanna be. Here with you, and you with me.
Your face, welcome in its warm embrace. Seek love before your eyes. So mirrors for skies. Try to hide. Set all your dreams aside. Reach high. Find your heart's an ocean wide.
Tell me how you feel. Why can't you take me closer? If I could be the wind, I could take you higher. If I could steal the sun, could I be your fire? I'll take you to the moon. Speed, speed racer. Ooh, I wanna take you there. Show you a fancy car. I promise we can take it slow. Can I get away? Baby, won't you hold my hands? There's nothing they can do as long as we should get to. Baby, won't you hold my hands? There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do. Baby, won't you hold my hands? There's nothing they can do as long as we should get to. Baby, won't you hold my hands? There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do. Take a breath and breathe. Inhale, exhale, this music's all that I need. Take a breath and breathe. Inhale, exhale, this music's all that I need. Filling up my lungs, filling up my lungs, filling up my lungs. Take a breath and breathe. Inhale, exhale, this music. 5 years from that bottom slide. Hate to talk, but I never stop. Call my shows, try to hold me back, but you can't keep me from the top. Yeah, I worked hard, yeah, I took chances. My hometown can't stand us. Did everything they said that I couldn't. Now I got people saying I'm next. Now I cut checks for the songs I drop. Finally getting love for the bars I got. Bring it all back. Talk on the gram, not a word when we meet. Keep that BS in my bag, they won't talk to my face. I burn this to the ground if they give me a beat. Say that I'm garbage, I guess we got beef and they envy my hunger, get pissed when we eat. Whole squad coming up with me. Yeah, I'm close to the luxury. Would've blown up last year, but my day was faded, ain't up to me. I'm living out what I deserve, but I still.
And I take you down to the burning ground. Yeah, you change me up. Yeah, you turn it around. In the wind and rain, I'm gonna see you again. In the morning sun, and when the day is done, you take my hand and you walk with me. And sometimes it feels like eternity. And I turn the tide, I'll get back my pride, and I'll make you proud when you say it out loud. Take you down to the burning ground, to the burning ground, to the burning ground, to the burning ground, to the burning ground. And I take when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I wanna be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Yeah. When St. John of the Cross comes marching in. St. John of the Cross comes marching in.
So this is it now, and as you could hear, the Audio Pro T5 is a very impressive speaker for the size. Of course, yeah, it doesn't have a battery built in, but even if you factor the battery in, the Go+Play will be bigger and also heavier than the Audio Pro T5 here. And as you could hear, even on max volume there wasn't really much sound or, I don't know, loudness difference. The Go+Play maybe, I don't know, was half a decibel or 1 decibel louder than the Audio Pro, but it kept about as much bass with the same amount of compression and of course no distortion, just like the Audio Pro. So that really shows how much you can realize when you take a small housing, which is high quality because the Audio Pro is made from wood and the Harman Kardon is made from cheap plastic. And if you also take good components, like they definitely used in the Audio Pro, and you can hear it's much smaller, or not much smaller, but quite a bit smaller than the Harman Kardon, and it still manages to perform as good or even better on normal volumes. So already speaking of normal volumes, I personally prefer the Audio Pro. If you, I don't know, don't agree with my opinion, don't leave a dislike on this video, it's totally fine, it's your personal opinion. You can keep it for yourself, it's great if you like the Go+Play more and if you are owning one. But I personally just preferred the Audio Pro, and there are also some unarguable facts about the T5 which are just better than on the Go+Play. For example, the treble, it has more resolution and it just sounds more neutral. I mean, there's no bass or treble boost. The Go+Play has a slight bass boost and also no treble boost, but the Go+Play sometimes just sounds hollow and a bit cheap compared to the Audio Pro, which really sounds like a small studio monitor, like a small hi-fi speaker, just like FIFA Helsinki, or even better because it has more kick than the FIFA. I think that I will also do another sound comparison for those two. Also, you could hear the bass sometimes was a bit better with the Harman Kardon, so if you only like modern music, I think that you are still good to go with the Harman Kardon because it's about as loud, but it has, I don't know, more bass kick and also a bit deeper bass on normal volumes, especially with, I don't know, deep house music or something. You really notice this vibrating bass from the Harman Kardon compared to the, of course, very agile and very, I don't know, fun bass of the Audio Pro, but the Audio Pro cannot quite, I don't know, play as deep and as powerful, which is of course just due to physics, as it's just the smaller and, I don't know, less powerful speaker. I think it has about 30 watts and the Harman Kardon has 100 watts. So of course there is no competition when it comes to this, but still the Audio Pro managed to sometimes sound, I don't know, more precise than the Harman Kardon in the bass. So the bass kicks were a bit more fun sounding, although again not as deep. It sometimes just sounded a bit, better, sometimes just sound a bit more, I don't know, honest and a bit more realistic than the Harman Kardon, which of course has a bass which is made for modern music. I mean, you really want this kind of vibrating deep bass with the Harman Kardon. Of course, you cannot always expect it to sound 100% natural and realistic, while the Audio Pro definitely is made for, I don't know, hi-fi listening, personal, very critical music listening, with its very precise and flat-tuned kind of bass, which is not made for big parties or something, but still packs some punch, but is rather meant for personal listening, where you really want the most neutral sound out of a speaker. Still, it's really about you, which one you like most with modern music. I personally sometimes preferred the Harman Kardon just because it had more power in the bass, but sometimes I also like the Audio Pro more just because the mid and treble sounded so much more, I don't know, refined and detailed than on the Go+Play. When it comes to jazz music and acoustic music, I think that there is no discussion about the T5 being better here. I mean, it had more treble resolution, nicer mids, which were clearer and more transparent sounding, and also the bass sounded more natural. Although the Harman Kardon, yes, it did have the smoother bass with the last tracks, but the Audio Pro simply sounded more realistic, more honest in the bass kicks, and not as pushed as the Harman Kardon. Still, if you like the Harman Kardon more, again, it's totally your opinion, but just from a hi-fi guy perspective, I would definitely pick the Audio Pro for acoustic music, just because it has more treble resolution, clearer mids, and also the more neutral sound signature overall, which of course isn't anything bad on the Harman Kardon. The Harman Kardon just isn't meant for this kind of music. It's meant for modern music, and usually for most people it will also sound better on modern music than the T5 does, but for acoustic stuff, I would, I think, recommend the T5 to anyone, because it sounds really, really nice, and sometimes even better than the FIFA Helsinki, which is the king for acoustic music to many of you, because it just has great resolution, and the T5 comes very close, and sometimes can even sound better than the FIFA, and definitely sounds better, in my opinion, than the Harman Kardon with jazz music. Also, in the comments, I had a big discussion about, how subjective my videos are. I just try to give you my personal opinion in the end of the video, and while the video is playing and while you hear the sound of the speakers, you should make up your own opinion, and then maybe, take my opinion as a reference, or, as a tip or something. So if you aren't quite sure and you think, wait, is the Audio Pro also good for modern music? I couldn't quite hear it. Then you just listen to my opinion. I'm telling you, yes, it also is good for modern music. And then you can make your buying decision like this. Don't fully trust my opinion, because it's still a subjective opinion. Sometimes the Go+Play sounds better to me, although it might sound, much worse to you. So it's really about you. So please, listen carefully and make up your own opinion, and then just, make or use my opinion as a kind of, additional information or something. So again, I'm telling you, for modern music, both are great, although I think that for many people the Go+Play will be the better choice, just because of the more powerful bass. And for all of you who really are looking for a neutral sound signature, no matter which kind of music you are listening to, definitely go for the Audio Pro, as it really performs great with any kind of music. Modern music, house music, pop music, EDM, classical music, jazz music, blues music. It always sounds really nice, flat, and still very fun sounding, while the Harman Kardon Go+Play is rather focused on modern music, and doesn't quite sound great or exceptional with acoustic stuff, but still is a decent all-rounder. So now I think this is already it. You can tell me in the comments which one you like more. Please be friendly, don't leave any hate comments because you don't agree with my opinion. Again, it's totally up to you which one you like more, but for me, I think that the Audio Pro is the winner here, because it simply is the smaller speaker, which delivers more hi-fi sound than the bigger one, and that's just very, interesting and killer to me. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see many more, please leave a like or subscribe to this channel. Until then, have a great time, and bye bye.